We're going to talk to Dave right now. He's trying to reinstate his license. Welcome to the Law Show, Dave.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. I went before the board last year, and the therapist at the time said I had alcohol abuse and not alcoholism, and it was denied. And then my lawyer got a appeal at the time, and I was able to go 4 months later, and I got a new therapist diagnosed as alcoholism, and the guy who reviewed it with the LAD went back to the first review, not the second review.
What's your question for us?
I'm sorry, what?
What is your question?
Do I have any recourse here? Can I appeal this again?
Yeah, well, see, now here's the thing you need to understand. The rights, when you go in front of the DAAD, the Driver and Assessment and Appeal Division, it's called the DAD, when you go in front of them for to request a restricted license after you've lost your license because of, multiple drunk driving cases, the right to appeal is extremely limited. And it's not what's called a de novo appeal. De novo appeal means when the judge looks at everything brand new and starts from scratch. That's not what they do in an appeal from the Secretary of State to the Circuit Court. A Circuit Court's review is very limited, and they have to look at several different grounds to see whether or not there was a gross abuse, whether or not they violated your rights under the Constitution, and it's a very limited appeal. For, to use common sense terms, unless the hearing officer, really screwed up, they're not going to overturn them. And something else that's really important to consider here, and that the Attorney General will remind the Circuit Court judge, is if they overturn the Secretary of State, they can't just, remand it back. They have to grant the person a full-blown license, and they're usually very hesitant to do that. Whether or not in your case it's ripe for an appeal, I would really have to look at all the evidence you presented to the hearing officer in that second hearing, as well as their order justifying why they denied it. If you call me during normal business hours at the same phone number, I'm happy to set up a free consult, bring in your first order, bring in your second order, and bring in all the documents you've submitted to the Secretary of State, and I'll sit down and look at it with you and let you know whether or not your best option is to try and appeal again or simply go back and wait out your time. We're
going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. It's the Law Show from High Top Law Show Studios in the home of Motown, Detroit, Michigan, on News Talk 760. I'm Brian Dailey, and I'll be right back.